Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Inspiration Collaboration Design Team Challenge. This month we are featuring two-toned cardstock. So I have a selection laid out here on my desk and there's lots of cool things you can do with this cardstock. So one side is the regular strength color and then the flip side is a lighter version. So this one's pecan pie and the lighter version, and this one is Bubble Bath and Lost Lagoon. So the cool thing about this cardstock is that it has a white core. So I don't know if you can see this on camera here, but the inside of this paper is white. And so there are some fun techniques you can do with this. So the DSP that I'm going to use on this layout is called Trusty Toolbox. And the photos I'm going to document are from a room renovation that I did when we moved into our house a few years ago. So the room that my craft room is in had walls that were purple and green. And so I needed to change that. So I picked out this pretty light pink color. And I also did a few other changes. We took out the carpet and put in some hardwood, and also I cleaned up that chandelier. We swapped out the curtains. I'm saying we, but I did this all myself. No help from the husband. I did it all myself, so I'm pretty proud. So there's a finished craft room with everything put together and all of my supplies put in place. So yeah, it was a pretty big project, but I got it done quickly so that I could get my furniture moved in and get the rest of the house unpacked, etc. So yeah, it's a good craft room. So my base page, I wanted a little something instead of just white. So this is a new collection. It's online only. It was just released a few days ago. One is woven textures, and this one is botanical textures. So I'm kind of looking at which one. This one I think is just too dark, and it doesn't really go with my the colors in my pictures. So I'm going to use this woven textures, and it has sort of a linen color, and it's a good greige. I think it's pecan pie, but you can go between gray and brown, which is in the collection that of DSP that I'm using. So I think this will be a good match. So this page has all of the paint brushes and other tools. And I'm going to, what I'm envisioning is two pieces that are kind of at an angle. And then I think this gray piece that has screws and bolts on it, that can be a base for my photos. First, I thought I was going to use this one that has hammers that is in crushed curry. But I'm just looking at what I have available here to work with. I want to leave the red out because I want to bring in pink. So I'm going to use that bubble bath cardstock because of the pink walls in my room and the pictures. So what I'm thinking about are some strips like this ruler and a couple other patterns to go across the page. And then a base for my photos. So I'm going to use this bubble bath. I'm going to use a light version of it. And then this is how I'm going to stack up my strips of pattern paper. So let's go ahead and cut those. I like this ruler, so I want to keep that in there. So I'm going to do, I think my layout's going to be the crushed curry and Lost Lagoon and Bubble Bath will be my main colors, along with some grays. So we'll go ahead. I think I'll use 1.25 inch strips. And this one, it's a little hard to see on camera, but it's got a grid design on it in Lost Lagoon. So we'll go ahead and cut 1.25 inches. And these will just peek out on either side of the base design that will hold my photos. So this one, Lost Lagoon with screws and bolts. And that one will lay behind there. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut some squares. So I'm going to cut everything at 7 by 7, and that will be a base for my photos. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. And first I cut the pink at 7 by 7, but I'll make a change in a minute. So with this pink, I want to do some embossing. So I have this large embossing folder, and it is called, I don't know what it's called. Oh, Plaster Painting. It's a 3D embossing folder, and it's 6 inches across. So I quickly found out that my 7 inches, that wasn't going to work. So I'm going to cut that down to 6 inches by 7 inches, and it'll be fine. So I'm going to put this into my embossing folder, and I'll bring in my Stampinup machine. Move everything out of the way first. I'll bring in this machine. And the plates that come with the machine tell you exactly how to stack everything up. So you use the base platform, and then you put your embossing folder with the fold towards the first thing that runs through the machine, and then you use the gray on top. So it's platform 1, and then gray is marked as number 4. And run that through, and it just embosses beautifully with the 3D embossing folders. No extra shims, no fussing, just run it on through and check that out. Okay, so this is a fun technique, and I know it's going to be a little tricky to see on camera simply because it's a light pink with the white core, but I have a sanding block here, and I'm going to speed this up, but I'm just running it lightly over all of the texture that was embossed, and just taking off just a tiny bit of the color to reveal that white core. So we'll just run this all around this piece, and you can do as much or as little as you like, and it just reveals a little bit of that white. And then I have, this is an edge distresser, and you can also use the edge of your scissors. And then later on, I have another one that I'll put a link in the description below. It's from Tim Holtz, and you can still purchase it. This is an older, close to my heart tool. So just run that along the edge, and it just roughs up the edges and brings more of that white core out. And later on in this video, I'll do it with another color, and you'll be able to see that white core much better. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking as far as my base goes for my photos. I'm going to lay those strips as you see, and it'll go all the way across from the left page to the right page. And then I'm going to take this embossed pink and kind of set it at an angle. And then we'll layer that tulle piece on top. And then on top of that, we'll have our square that our photos will rest on. So we'll just line everything up with the photos. We've got the before photo, and then the progress with the work that I did, and choosing what kind of flooring. And I think just color choices and choosing flooring was the hardest part of this project, and taping everything up. Oh my goodness. I have a new admiration for people that do this on a regular basis, because it's a lot of work. So, but it turned out, I'm very happy with how my room turned out. Okay, so we're going to set this side up, and I have 6 pictures, and they're all cut at 3 by 4. And just kind of deciding how I want these to be set up. Something like that. And then I want to bring in that gray nuts and bolts piece. So I started out by cutting a square at 9.5 by 9.5. but I don't need the vertical. So that bottom section, I'm going to go ahead and chop off a 1/2 inch there. Yeah, we'll chop off some more of that because I want to mirror the diagonal pieces that I have on the left page on the right, just in a smaller version. So we'll go ahead and chop off another 1/2 inch. So that is 9.5 across by 9 inches vertically. And that's going to sit like that. Okay. We're getting there. Okay, so I want 2 more of those pieces to mirror on the right page. So off camera, I'll go ahead and cut these down. And I will do the same thing, the same treatment with the bubble bath piece. I'll run that through my embossing folder and grunge it up off camera. Okay, so we'll slide those in, and that's how that will sit. Okay, so off camera, I've cut my title, and I've used alphabet a la mode dies, and I've cut my title in black to read Room Reno. So now I got to find room for my title on my page. So I think I'm just going to scooch everything down and have my title rest at the top of the page. I like that. So we're going to, what I'm going to do is the gray piece that has the nuts and bolts, I'm going to have that piece even on the left page with the right page, so they sit at the same level. So off camera, I have die cut a whole bunch of tools. This tool set from Trusty Tools has all these dies that you can create paint brushes and all kinds of tools. And then also some of the images match the pattern paper. So I've done a combination of cutting out some of those paintbrushes from the pattern paper, and then I created some with cardstock, and I used the light and dark sides of the cardstock, and then I also mixed in some silver foil paper as well. So cut out some pliers and the hammer and tape measure and all kinds of cool stuff. So there's also a die where you can create a toolbox. So that's what I did with the gray cardstock. We'll have our toolbox sitting next to our title. So I want my pictures to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to bring in some black cardstock to matte my photos. And then I'm inking the edges of this gray patterned paper with some gray granite ink just to make that pop a little more as well. So we'll do both the left and the right page. And now we'll do our mats. So I cut them 1/8 of an inch larger than my photos. And this is the Tim Holtz edge distresser. And I'll just show you how this works with one. And this is where you can really see that white core pop when you take the blade and run it along the edge of the cardstock. It really brings that white core out. So you can do as much or as little as you want. I just want a little pop of white to show and just kind of grunge up the edges of this black cardstock. So you can see that white core. Okay, so I've made mats for all of my pictures, and we'll go ahead and lay everything out. And I will glue everything down off camera. So that's the general design there. I like that. And then on the right page, we'll go ahead and add our mats for everything. And I'll glue everything down off camera. So it's kind of a step-by-step evolution of the renovation of the craft room. And found a drafting chair to sit in and new curtains. And I wanted something that let the light in, so they're kind of sheer. And pulling all my furniture in, and then filling up my scrap box in the towers with all my supplies. Okay, so this set is called something fancy, and I'm going to use that largest die, and I'm going to create sort of a tag and a journal block from it. So I've die cut that with the pink, and then I cut off the side, and I've done a little bit of journaling, and then I've cut the ends off of a couple more to do a couple of tabs to tuck under my photos. So the one that I put under the photo with the ladder in it, I decided to move that to the right page off camera. So you'll see that in the final picture. So this die cut, it's like a pegboard that you find in like a workshop. And I've cut that with some silver foil. And that will be a base for my journal block. So I have that tucked under, and then we'll add the journal block on top for just a little pop of shine. And then we can build that toolbox. First, I'm going to add a paintbrush. So with the paintbrush, I've added a strip of silver foil, and then the light side of Bubble Bath, there's I kind of just fussy cut a bit of paint to add to the tip of the paintbrush. So I cut out another of the bristles in pink and then fussy cut it so it looked like paint was on the tip of the paintbrush. And we'll just layer everything in and build our toolbox and add the tools. And again, after I finished assembling this little embellishment cluster, I made some changes before I took the final pictures. So you'll see some tools moved over to the right page, and just some swap outs of a few things. Not huge changes, but I think they made a difference. So just adding everything, kind of layering things in. So I apologize for my scratchy throat. I've been trying to shake this cold for a couple of weeks now, and it's still affecting my voice, but I'm feeling better, so that's good. So we'll just go ahead and keep layering things in. I have some pencils. I'm going to put that on the right page, and that tape measure. And we'll move that paintbrush over to the right page as well, off camera. So just adding all these little goodies. This die set is still available, and it just has some really fun dies that you can layer different colors of cardstock and just create tools with. So lots of fun. Okay, and then it also has a die that cuts out nuts and bolts and screws. So instead of using some kind of bling or crystals or sequins, I cut out a whole bunch of these using that die with silver foil. And that will be my bling that I'm going to scatter all around. So I will have still pictures over on my Facebook page, and I'll put a link in the description below. You can hop on over there and check out still pictures of this layout, get a closer look, and make sure you check out the rest of the Inspiration Collaboration Design Team videos. We all went live at the same time, and we're featuring two-toned cardstock and all the cool things you can do with it. So make sure you check out their videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd sure appreciate it, and it would really help me out. And thanks for watching.